Hey, what's going on, guys? Dr. Sean J. Harris here, Generational Wealth Academy. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Saturday, number 3. Hey, listen, I want to talk about some numbers. First of all, many of you guys know that Caden has completed high school at the young age of 13. But here's the deal. We get a lot of people, the first question is, well, is he going to college? Listen, I want to share some numbers with you guys. Because here's the deal. We've all heard the saying that men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie. So let's talk about some numbers here. Many people just automatically are conditioned to think that college is going to ensure success and the absence of it will ensure failure. And that couldn't be further from the truth. So let me talk about this. Many of you guys know I have a background as an aerospace propulsion specialist. That is a highfalutin term for pretty much knowing everything about aircraft. So let's just go to my specific concentration on aircraft, which was jet engines. Okay, so when I was in the Air Force, I went to tech school at Chanute Air Force Base in Rantoul, Illinois. And I remember the first day of class, our instructor walked into the room and said, "Gentlemen, you are about to learn what will be equivalent to a 4-year degree in the next 6 months." So everything I learned about aircraft and jet engines, which would have typically taken 4 years, I learned it in 6 months. I've given you guys an example of DJ. He's in the United States Air Force now. Same thing with him. He learned in about 4 months what it took 1.5 to 2 years to learn in the civilian sector in the medical arena as a medic tech in the United States Air Force. So what I wanted you to understand here is just to have a shift in the way you think about what you've been traditionally taught. See, sometimes the biggest thing we have to do to be able to succeed in life is to unlearn what we learned. So let's go through some numbers. I started with my profession. Let's say in the United States, the base salary for an airframe and engine mechanic 3 in companies such as Delta, which is the highest paying airline out there, domestically. Now, Emirates, that's a whole nother ballgame. They pay a lot more money than Delta. But let's just go domestically. Delta salary for an airframe mechanic is $84,647 as a low, ranging up towards $113,150 as a high. The average salary base is $97,670. A college degree was not required for that position. Let's shift gears a little bit. What are the highest paid plumbers? Highest paid plumbing jobs are, first, plumbing engineer, salary range $84,000 to $112,000. Plumbing foreman, salary range $62,500 to $100,000. Residential plumber, $50K to $100K. This position doesn't require a college education or a college degree. Let's shift the gears again. You guys know I like airplanes, so let's stay in that industry for a second. ATC, or air traffic controller, does not need a college degree. Salary, $84K to $190,000. Again, this doesn't require a college degree. Now, I shifted over and I asked my old trusty Google, what is the highest paying jobs that require a degree? And it says the number one position that requires a college degree is a nuclear engineer. Average salary, $67,000 to $118,000. The second position was a chemical engineer. Average salary, $69,600 to $116,700. The third is electronics and communications engineer. Average salary, $64,100, ranging up to $113,200. The next ones, it didn't give the salaries, but the salaries decline, obviously. The fourth place is computer science engineer. Next one is aerospace engineer. The next one below that is electrical engineering. And then the last one that it shows is material science and engineering. So listen, I know a lot of people who have college degrees and their degrees aren't on this list. So that would just let me know again that numbers don't lie, that it would fall substantial as far as annual salary to the ones I just shared. So the top job that it's showing is 67,000 upwards to 118,000. But plumbing made more money than that, and that was in third place on the other scale of not having to go to school. So this is where I want people to understand. Sean, do you hate college? Do you bash college? No. I think college is important for people who college is important for. It depends on what you're going to do. If I need to have surgery, I want my medical professionals to have went to school, to have gone to college and got a degree. But does college ensure success? Absolutely not. Because I know people who have more degrees than a thermometer and still aren't hitting it financially where they need to be. So as a society, we got to get out of that paradigm of thinking that college is the end all, the be all. If you have a 13-year-old high school graduate, that should tell you that he's above normal. So why would you want to automatically submerge him into a system that's already failing in so many areas on a mass scale, in large numbers? I know tons of people who have college degrees that don't even work in that profession. There's only maybe 2 people I know who have college degrees that actually work in that profession. So we gotta think differently. Listen, you wouldn't go down to the Home Depot today and buy an axe when you have chainsaws available. You wouldn't even buy a chainsaw when you actually have laser cutters that are available. Unless you're in Pennsylvania in an Amish community, you don't see too many horse and buggies riding around on the streets. So we have to stop thinking with outdated 18th and 19th century thought processes, and we have to start thinking into the future. You have to start looking at the way things are gonna be. My personal opinion, and you can date this, timestamp it, I personally feel that traditional brick and mortar schools will be no more in the future. And when I say the future, I say the next 8 to 10 years. Because when COVID came, that was a wake-up call. That was could that work to do virtual school? Could this work to do homeschool? And people just link in online. Think about it. The trash man just drove up my street. There's no longer 2 guys on the back of the trash truck. It has an automatic mechanical claw that dumps the trash. So 2 people are out of a job. And it's just a matter of time before they replace the driver. Think about how many jobs are being automated, but our education system, which is supposed to position people to take advantage of technology, is so far behind. So think about that. It doesn't make sense. That doesn't even pass the common sense test. Come on. So position yourself to start thinking differently to get different and better results. Because here's one thing Tara said. She said that we don't do traditional things with above average kids. So why would we just automatically put him in college? If he's proven that he's done things that are exceptional to children his age, he's going to take different paths, different opportunities. All right, guys, I'm Dr. Sean J. Harris. But before I close out, let me just give you one more example. I have a personal friend of mine. He installs televisions. Doesn't have a college degree, lives in an immaculate home. He installed, about 4 or 5 TVs in my home. He installed some other things, but I'm going to give you some numbers because, again, numbers don't lie. My buddy, he charges $175 as a minimum to install a TV. So we're talking about just a regular 47-inch TV, nothing big, $175. But he does a lot of large TVs, which are like 60 plus inch TVs. But let's just keep it conservative and let's talk some numbers. $175, I asked him. He said on average, he does 4 installs a day as a minimum. So $175 times 4 installs a day, that's $700 a day. Times 6 days a week, he works 6 days a week. He said Saturday, he makes a killing. So 6 days a week at $700 a day, that's $4,200 a week. No college degree. $4,200 a week times 1 month, that's $16,800 a month. No college degree. Times 12 months, that's $201,000 a year. $201,600 a year, no college degree. Now, let's go back to those professions that I shared in engineering that required a college degree. Nuclear engineering was number one with an average salary of $67K to $118,000. That's not including the tuition that the person paid to get the degree to get to this job. But when I showed you an aerospace propulsion specialist, an air traffic controller, a plumber who didn't have to go to college, who's already starting off above subline zero, not having college debt, is making six figures. Come on. Get that college stuff in perspective and really think about when you're asking your kids, do they want to go to college? Or if you're demanding your kids must go to college. Think about that. Dr. Sean J. Harris. I'm out.